Hello folks, this is Trevor Lewis and this is another video from the Voyager Middle School STEAM Lab. In this video we're going to be using the HoverCam and we're going to be using it to show what we want to draw on paper. There's two ways that I like to do this. One way is to use the share screen button and do the advanced mode to show what's going on there. The other way is to just use my HoverCam as my picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to click here on share screen and then we're going to go to advanced and choose content from second camera. So usually when I choose this method, I always have to switch my camera because it's choosing actually the back of my surface camera, the surface camera that's facing away from me. So if I press switch camera, it'll switch to my HoverCam, and so now you can see what's going on here. One thing that's the best practice with the HoverCam is to lock in the focus, because you see when you reach your hands in front, it changes the exposure and the focus bounces up and down. So you just press the autofocus lock button on the HoverCam, AFL, and you'll see it'll go in and out, and then the focus will be locked, and if I put my hands in front, it doesn't change. The only problem with doing that is if the lighting conditions change, like if you're using light from a natural source and the sun goes behind a cloud or something, it'll get much darker, and then you'll have to press autofocus lock again. So this is my preferred method. You can see what's going on really well here, and if you're used to adjusting the HoverCam for zoom, you can, and flip it around and get it however you want. So that's the share with advanced settings. The other way to do it is you actually use the HoverCam as your main camera instead of the webcam. So let's stop this share here. And then we're going to go over here to video, and you can just click the arrow up here and switch it to the HoverCam as your main camera. The problem with this is you can see my virtual background doesn't really like the flat paper. It doesn't really recognize it. So I like to have a virtual background on for privacy, but when I switch it to the HoverCam, I need to go in and change my virtual background settings. And sometimes this particular setting can take a little while to load. But this is something you're going to have to do if you're holding anything up flat up against any sort of camera with a virtual background. It's just not going to work out. So as soon as you have the virtual background off, this works, and then you don't have that your picture in picture, but you can show your students really quickly what's going on. And the other disadvantage here is if you're in like speaker view mode and somebody else talks, you'll go away because you're not doing a screen share, so you're not broadcasting that as a priority over Zoom. Another tip here is don't look there on your screen, look down at your actual paper, because there's a slight delay between what shows on the screen and what you're doing in real life, and it has a tendency to make me a little seasick and like I don't really know what's going on. So that's the two different ways that I have found work really well to use my document camera.